Hello, welcome back to Commentary Trax, the show where I watch my old videos and tell everybody what was in my head or how I did specific things. Really just give general insight to the people who are watching at home. Today we have some people in the YouTube chat right now. Well, it's actually the Discord chat. The Patreons are in the Discord chat. This video was chosen by Sid Jaws. We're back on the Commentary Trax game, folks. It's been 2 years since the last one, but that's not going to stop me from going back 3 years. I'm going to take you back to the past to watch the cool vids that kick ass. And this is Chef vs. Samurai. So let's do this. Now, this video I remember it took like a few weeks to make. And looking back on it, I really wonder how the hell did I do this in a couple weeks? Because holy, there's some action in this one. And it was a lot of fun to make. But I'm rewatching this now and I'm thinking to myself, this is so much fun to watch. Now, these special effects, I know they're kind of bad. These little sparks and stuff. They're little sparks that I got online from a YouTube video, right? You just look up bullet impact sparks or something like that. You can get them online. It's very easy. However, I scaled them up. I tried to make them look bigger without actually increasing the resolution, which is why they look all pixelated and strange. I'm not streaming. 1 second. I completely forgot to turn on the stream for my viewers in the Discord chat. Another classic Edwin L. However, like I was saying, these little sparks here, the sparks that are flying, they could be better. I'll admit it. They could be better. I guess it's just because I was being lazy at this point. I'm guilty of it. I get lazy sometimes. Also, like, you can fully see her head behind, like, her other face behind. Well, I mean, I guess, like, in this particular shot right here, I have her flip it. So that way, it makes sense for the viewer. Oh, she has two heads. Of course, you can just flip between them. It doesn't matter. I stopped doing that. I should go back to doing that, honestly. How do you get them? You go on YouTube. I went on YouTube. I looked at bullet impact sparks. And then you can find like a YouTube downloader and you can just download them. They're gonna have a black background, but if you know how to use Premiere, you can change the black background into a transparent background. So that's what I did. I did that. I scaled them up and I keyframed them so that way they followed the impacts of the swords and the chef knife, the chef tool. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, man. I haven't seen this video in a long time, but I'm a little impressed. Like I don't want to be like all egotistical and stuff, but like. This is fun to watch. I feel like in this first bit, like, I changed the angles 3 different times when they're like just clashing. I changed the angles a lot because I really wanted to keep a kinetic feeling. It's a fight scene. It's got to stay energetic. That means the camera has to stay moving, and that means the camera has to stay cutting too. But oh my lord, I also animated it to the music too. This was really important that I got it down to the music. I had the music selected before I did any of the animation. That's why I'm able to do it on beat. Using Dragon Frame, it's very easy that way because you can import the audio into the Dragon Frame track and you can animate it frame by frame. I just like that little, like, that chef flip. That little flip. That was a nice touch by me. I was 21 making this. That was 2020. My lord. Now, doing, like, a slow motion shot like that is crazy because you really got to make each... Like, it's hard because, animating, you got to make sure that every single frame is in like the same path, right? Like in the same path as the previous one. So that way it's like all smooth and it looks proper, like the way actual movement does. But on top of a camera moving while this character is in the air, that means for every single frame he's in the air, I have to take another camera shot of him not in the frame at all. But man, if it wasn't worth it, this is such a cool video. We have another slow motion shot right here. This one's a lot easier because, well, nobody's in the air. I guess the hardest part about these slow motion shots is moving the camera so finely that it still looks like it's all part one smooth slow motion shot. It's pretty crazy. Now this part I honestly think I could have done better. Had I done this now in my current old age, I would have used smear frames. There's no smear frames right here. He moves too fast. There should have been a smear frame right here. There should be smear frames of him transitioning from this position, going from this position to this position, like a long black streak. So that way it looks like the audience gets the information they need, because he moves too quickly. That's just the issue. He just kind of teleports. Oh, but that part was, I remember like getting the idea for this. It was kind of inspired by Avengers Endgame when Captain America has the hammer and the shield and he's like using it to combo Thanos. I thought that was so cool. So I kind of wanted to do like a bit of that where they're kind of ping-ponging with each other. But I also wanted to make it so like it like rotates so hard that it like stays spinning on the guy's sword. I don't like these collection of shots. I feel like this is a little bit too fast. That is my main takeaway from this video. Some of the action is straight up too fast. And wow, this is kind of bright. Oh, my eyes. This is still cool though. My favorite part's coming up. The flame sword into the burning forest. Fellas, one of my most important rules, I think, for a really, really good fight scene, if it all takes place in the same area, not only does it have to be kinetic, but you gotta make sure it feels, oh, goddamn. You gotta make sure it feels like there's a sense of progress. Now, my idea for progress was that the chef will never get any more powerful, but the forest will be lit on fire, there's gonna be more damage, more destruction, and the samurai himself, he's gonna gain some mystical powers. You gotta up the stakes. I love this shot of this. I love the, oh my lord, getting the hair waving, the close-up. Like, damn, bro. This part is so cool. And then like the lightning striking. Now to get this little like light effect, what I usually do is like sometimes I use the flash on my phone. I just point it at the screen for a couple frames. Or I just point it at the set for a couple frames. So that way it looks like real lighting. It looks like there's a real flash, a real sense of danger, you know? I don't like the special effects here when he's like chopping on a tree, shooting down flames. You can't. This also should have had smear frames. You can't see him actually shooting down frames, or you can't actually see him shooting the fire. So kind of, it's going too fast. So I feel like you can't see what I'm trying to convey here. And also the actual special effects themselves, these little bits, they're kind of bad. They're just, again, not high enough resolution. This fight is really fast, but I still like that you can see the important bits. I put smear frames here. You can see the smear frame right there. Boom. Giant thing sticking out of his back. I guess I learned my lesson. I shot this all chronologically, so I learned as I went on. And this is also too fast. You can't, I should have like I should have held on this frame right here, because I tried to do another smear, but I didn't hold it. I should have had this on for like at least 3 or 4 extra frames, really to emphasize it. But you know, you live and learn. I still like a lot of these shots, and oh my lord, some of this choreography is so cool. I need to do choreography like this again. I haven't done it in such a long time. I've just been lazier. I think I've just been lazier lately. That's my biggest issue. This part, actually, I think it's way too fast. This is just too much. Like, I know the fight's escalating and stuff, but you gotta also keep in mind the viewer. I wasn't keeping in mind the viewer. This part is just too fast. It can be too bright. It can be too fast. This is kind of ridiculous. You can't, like, I can't tell what's going on anymore. This is the most replayed. It's the most replayed because everybody had to go back and think, huh? What just happened? Still pretty cool. That was my voice. And then it just cuts back here. Oh, this is a deep cut. This is my this is my ex speaking now. Ugh. Not like in a bad way, just cause the breakup has been pretty fresh. Anyways, not about me. Wow, the audio quality is bad. So echoey. She was a good voice actor though. The chicken. This part was just fun. And then it led it to epic customer service, which ironically got more views than this video did, even though that video took like a day to make and this took like 4 weeks. That's just the YouTube game. Literally, that's just how it is sometimes. That's just how it is. Oh well. I'm so glad that this got made, because man, I'm still proud of this video. A lot of these shots are so my favorite shot probably is this one though, when she runs away from the fire. Wait, that's too late. Right here, and that flash of lightning, that lightning burst, bro. Oh my lord, like damn, she looks stylish in this one. It's so cool. Anyways, YouTube is me. That's just kind of how it is. I'm just glad that I got this done. I can look back on this and think, damn, bro, I made this. That's more important. Obviously, views, pay my rent and they pay for my food and stuff like that. So that's important to me too. But it's a lot less. I feel like the fulfillment. I can't believe I made this. I really can't. Damn. But that's my commentary for this. You know, like I guess I set out to make a really cool fight scene that follows music again, and I guess I did that. I want to do this again. I'm inspired. But anyways, fellas, if you have any specific questions pertaining to this video, now is the time. You know, people in the Discord chat in the top left corner of this YouTube video, the floor is yours, if you will. You know, this scene, I remember, I don't have much to say about it just because it was so less, not necessarily less, but just less intensive. You know, not as much thought goes into something like this. But of course, I still think about things like the background characters. I'm going to mute this. The background characters, like the little Actually, no, I'm not thinking about the background characters at all. They're not moving. They're not alive. It's more like in an establishing shot like this of the city where I really wanted to make it feel a little bit more full. That's a bad influence for kids. Why is Peter drinking? You're telling me that this woman can shove her meat cleaver in somebody's, like, in the samurai man's face, cutting his face in half, and that's less of a bad influence? What kind of material did I use for the backdrop? So it's so crazy. How do you get the music to match up so well? I'll answer that right after. Sorry, I didn't see that one. But this background, there are big, huge poster boards that I found at a local crafts shop called Michael's. So this is just one big poster. It's just a simple gradient that goes from pink to yellow, and I thought it was amazing. I loved it, so I bought it, and I used it in a few other videos too. I used it in one shot in the Into the Spider-Verse anime opening. That's a very old video at this point. I feel like that's not one of the more remembered Edbound originals, but I used it in one of those shots when Gwen was running in the forest, and I also use it a lot in the forest settings in the Spider-Verse video in 8 minutes. It's kind of glossy, has a bit of a glossy texture to it. It's like almost laminated, but not quite. It was really useful for backgrounds. I've since moved on from using things like this as backgrounds, but I might go back to it because it just has such a unique look to it. How do I get the music to match up so well? I shot this in Dragon Frame, and in Dragon Frame you can import your audio, so that way you can make it like go frame by frame. I don't know if I explained that in a proper way at all. But when you do that, it's very easy to line everything up. It's very easy to line up dialogue, audio cues, beats. It's just, you can just click the arrow keys and you can hear, okay, this beat comes on frame 47. I'm currently working on number frame 43. So if I want these two characters to clash with their swords on frame 47, I need to set it up from frame 43. So that way in the next 4 frames, they can clash. So I can be like, okay, frame 44, her arm is over here. Frame 45, her arm is over here. Frame 46, her arm is about to go forward. And then frame 47, that's when the slash comes out, and that's when the impact happens. And it's on beat, it's on cue. It's everything I need. You should do fights like this in Wee Goblin Part 2. It's not too late. It is not too late for that, actually, because Wee Goblin Part 2 is still in production, and the final fight is one of the last things I need to shoot. And I could really probably make something crazy. How do I pick the music for the video? I just like this song a lot. Like it's from Yoshi's Island. It's from an old Super Nintendo game that came out in 1994, I think, maybe 1992, maybe it might have been 1995. But it's the final boss music from that game. And when I played it as a kid, I was just like, oh, this song is the craziest thing I've heard in my life. Oh my god. And you know, if you're an animator, sometimes you literally just listen to music and think of a fight scene to go along with it. So sometimes I pick music specifically because I once was somebody listening to this music thinking, damn, this will go hard for a fight scene. But yeah. You guys got Michaels in Canada? Yeah, we do. A local craft shop. I did not know it was a mega corporation. Damn. You can get them at the dollar store too. Yeah, you know, like big poster boards. That's all it really takes. I also got this background, what's it called, from the dollar store as well. For like these blue skies I used to have in my older videos. Like this is just tablecloth I hung up with a bunch of push pins on the wall. I was a lot more scrappy back in the day because, you know, when you don't have as much money, you kind of got to be scrappy and innovative. But since these videos have done pretty well in the last few years, I've been able to upgrade a lot of stuff. I always kind of wonder, you know, like there's a charm in the scrappiness, but as an artist, you also want to grow and evolve and really make something that feels immersive and authentic. But this is not immersive. It's just, it shows the skeletons. And I feel like in a YouTube video, that's really appreciated. So I don't know. You know, I don't know. Um, I've been trying to, but I gotta go. My show's on. So basically, 95. It came out. Yoshi's Island came out in 1995. Now Ed makes banks. I don't know if I don't make bank. I just save a lot. One of the reasons I don't make as much I think as a lot of the people my age working, but I'm able to save a lot because I work from home. I don't need to spend any money on transportation, gas, car insurance, the bus, subway. That saves up so much money. It's crazy. I'm also not eating out every day. That's important. I feel like if you work at a place, you're tempted to eat out because you're already out. So, anyways, if you have any more questions about this, let me know. This little shot here was fun. This little shot, I was actually okay. This shot is kind of funny because this wine shot, like I was straight up just so spent from animating that entire fight scene. I'm just like, let me just do a still frame and just hold it on screen for like 4 seconds because I feel like I earned that. Anyways, so I do really enjoy that homemade vibe. I feel like YouTube is perfect for that homemade vibe. I think it's better to pursue a homemade vibe than to go for what I've been going recently. I guess it's just the homemade, like stuff like this is one of the reasons why I think these videos came out so much more often back then, is because I was scrapping. I didn't pay as much attention. There's no LED lights here. It's just one single desk lamp. But personally, I guess there's a bit of an imposter syndrome that comes with it because at the time, this was the best I could do. And you really feel as though, although this is like the animation of this, I think is great. Like I think it really holds up and stuff. But in terms of setting, lighting, it's pretty bare bones. And I guess as an artist, animator, filmmaker, whatever, you kind of creep. You kind of want to get more powerful. You want to really bring immersive worlds to life. You want to learn that power. But it comes at a cost. It comes at the cost of efficiency. It comes at the cost of being as productive or getting as much out. Still, I think this is an excellent video. Thank you, Sid Joss, for recommending it. I still think this last part is a little bit too fast, but this part specifically, I want to talk about this inspiration because this specific sound effect, that's Earthbound. It's PK Starstorm. There's this scene in Earthbound where you lose one of your party members for a bit. There's normally 4 guys on the team, and all of a sudden, one of your guys is like, I gotta go train to learn an incredibly crazy technique. See you guys. And he just leaves. He just teleports. I'm like, what the hell? I liked using him. He was one of my guys. And a few moments later in the same game, you're fighting this boss. And the text, in the middle of this boss battle, the text reads, all of a sudden your 4th party member fell from the sky. And he used his new technique, PK Starstorm. And it's just so cinematic. For a video game that came out in like 1995, that's just text on a screen and a JPEG, it felt so cinematic. He comes up from the sky, he uses PK Starstorm and just obliterates this boss. This crazy graphic plays. The music goes crazy. It's just pew, 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 pew. All these like explosions are happening, and that's what I really like took inspiration from for this specific sequence. Though I still don't think it's communicative enough. Okay, I really do think it falls apart a bit here when he gets these crazy fire powers, but I like the escalation. I like a lot of these ideas, and a lot of this animation is pretty good. So, W Ed. W video. That's pretty much all I have to say about it, honestly. This, if anybody has any last closing questions for us, hey, it's Jumi. What's up, Jumi? Let them know. This is one of my fave Ed classics. I gotta make some more Ed classics, straight up. There are more coming soon. No more excuses, y'all. No more excuses. No more being lazy. No more just sitting around playing Super Smash Bros. Or Apex Legends. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I'm still gonna play that. But I'm a be in my grind. I'm a be in my bag. I'm gonna be on that Lego grind. So if you guys want to see what I'm making right now, actually, it's nothing crazy. I feel like one of my biggest issues is just having too much I want to like do. Like I get bored of making one video, so I move on to the next. But that leaves a lot of unfinished projects. But I want to make something really quickly, just something like just something really really quick, but also really in depth with the animation. Call it We Are So Back. Anyways, Thank you for watching. If you'd like to vote on the next commentary tracks, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you'd like to be a part of this little chat room we have right here in the Discord, so you can ask questions about the next commentary tracks, just be a part of the Patreon. Anyways, thank you very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another commentary tracks, because I want to do this every day. I got a lot to catch up on. So I gotta start now. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time to start is now. Anyways, peace out.